What's happening, guys? My name is Michael, and I'm gonna start this new thing. It's on the channel. Um, it's sort of like as I've been watching a lot of like commentaries on Call of Duty and Battlefield and whatnot, and I thought I'd start doing some commentaries. Basically, the commentaries I won't necessarily be talking about the game unless something comes up that needs to be talked about in it. It's gonna be more of like stories, like life stories and whatnot that happen, like funny stuff, not anything retarded. Uh, so basically, one of the first stories I want to tell. It's really funny. It's the time me and my friend pissed off our whole entire town because we live in a small town, so there's not that many people. There's probably like 1,000 people. It may seem like a lot of people, but it's not. If you live anywhere big, I mean, it's very small. So it could be more. I know it's not that many. So basically, we were at school, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna come up and get you in a little bit because we're gonna go play basketball or whatever we were gonna do." And I was sitting up there. I was playing on the Xbox, just waiting for him to show up in my house. I didn't know what he was doing. I know he has like a motorcycle. It's not a motorcycle, but it's like a moped. You can, it's street legal if it has the engine it has on it and whatnot. So he can ride on the sidewalk, on the road, whatever. It's basically a bike, but you don't have to have a license for it. It's basically he just put an engine on a bicycle. So he comes riding up. I didn't hear him, so I was just waiting for him. I was eating like this little heat up little TV dinner thing while I was waiting, and I'm sitting there, and I hear a police siren go off, and no one's in my house. My parents weren't home or anything. I hear a police siren go off in my front yard. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? I'm done now. So I did something. What the hell? And I sprint. I like throw my whole door open. I run all the way down the steps, and I hear freaking. He screams or I hear my name. It says, "Please come out with your hands up," and I'm like, shit. And I after like a second of them saying that, I realized it was his voice, and I'm like, what the hell does he have this time? And he has a freaking megaphone, like it's like a professional one. I don't even know if there's professional megaphones, but this thing was loud. You could hear it for like it just was like the loudest megaphone I've ever heard, or like the loudest voice. But so basically, what happened is, we went outside. He was driving his freaking bike, which is really it's sweet, but it's like loud, annoying in the engine, and so we're just sitting, or he's showing it off to me in my front yard, and I could tell like my neighbors, like all the houses, they're not that close, but they're pretty close. I was like, I know something bad's gonna happen with this because he's screaming random stuff, and it gets worse from here, but it's pretty funny actually. Now that I think back, it's hilarious. I was like really embarrassed because all of my neighbors were outside because it was nice outside, and so he's doing it. And well, basically, we start driving down because he lives like right down the street from me. It's probably like 3 minutes away. So we're just walking. He has his bike. He doesn't have the engine on. He's just pedaling it, and so there's this I don't know, I forget if it was a boy or a girl. I know it's kind of weird, I mean, not to remember, but there was a person. It was the library is right across the street from me, and there's a person just sitting there. I guess they're waiting for a ride or whatnot. He starts screaming like, hey, and he's like, hello, and woman or man's like just like staring us like we're freaking idiots. And he's like, and okay, then right down the street's a park, and so we start going through that, getting down to his house because it's the quickest way, because you can cut straight through it because of a sidewalk. And he starts saying, my name is Hitler, and I'm going to take over the world. So he's basically saying he's saying it's Hitler, screaming I'm Hitler through a microphone, and saying he's going to take over the world. And the best part is, prom was like the other day, or like the week that we were doing this, or like the day. It was like the weekend or whatever. I'm in the 8th grade, so well, I'm going into the 9th grade this year, so I was in the 8th grade, so I didn't. It wasn't for me. So there's people down at the park taking prom pictures or whatever, and there was like 30 people. I was like, oh my god, this can't get any worse. I was about to go like apologize because I was like super embarrassed, and I guess he started revving the engine, and he got really far ahead of me, and I was by myself. And then this is the best, big muscular guy. He wasn't that muscular, but he was bigger than us. He was probably like 20 years older than us, but whatever. he, like, my friend was riding past, like, grabs him by the shirt. He's like, hey, you better stop that. He started acting like a hard ass. And my friend's like, starts screaming, like, help me. And then the guy let go, and we just went on our way. You think it can't get worse, but it gets really messed up from here. So basically what happens next is we're going down to his house. There's a church right beside his house, and the people, like the nuns and whatever, they have like a house there, I guess. And they usually sit outside when it's nice, but of course they were outside, and he starts screaming, I worship the devil. And he's like, I worship the devil. My name is Hitler, and I'm going to take over the world. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I was laughing my ass off, but it was in my mind, I'm like, this is going to get bad. So we're sitting there, and my other friend that lives right beside his house was over, and I was sitting on the porch, so I couldn't see, like, the road or whatnot. And my friend's like, up here come the cops. And we're like, nah, shut up, dude. And the freaking cops, like, roll into his driveway. And they're like, yeah, we got a couple, we have several complaints about about who is one of you having a microphone. Actually, this is the best. I forgot to say this. When we were in the park, he was like, suck my dick or whatever in the park. And the cop comes down. He's like, yeah, we got several complaints. The cop he was a nice guy, but he's like, yeah, someone was saying that you were like going through the park saying like, suck my dick and I'm Hitler. And he's like, no. And the cop's like, well, we're just gonna have to write a couple things down. So he tells him all this stuff. And so basically after that, and he's like, yeah, and so the cop leaves, and if it happened another time, he's got to take the moped and the the megaphone. And so after that, basically what happened is he put it away. And so I get home, and my neighbor apparently heard, and he told my mom, and she starts like yelling at me and whatnot. And then someone else said something. Someone else heard, and he's like, they're like, was someone like down at the church? I forget who was telling me. Someone was like down at the church saying they worship the devil and whatnot. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, everyone freaking knows. So I think it can't get any worse. I go to bed. The next day I go to school. All the teachers are freaking, because somehow everyone there knew that, like, every freaking person knew, because this thing was loud. And it had a police siren on it. So when people would, like, we could basically think that, like we were the cops or whatnot. And so basically after that, everyone knew, and we pissed off a lot of people. Like, we probably pissed off a good portion of the town that was around us, and it was bad, but it's pretty funny when you think back on it. Just one more thing before, this is getting pretty long. What he did before is he put the siren on, and people would actually pull off the road when he was on his bike because they thought it was a cop. And I guess the one time someone flipped him off when he's driving, and it was pretty funny. So yeah, if you like this story, if you made it this far, thank you, and just leave a like. And if you want me to tell more of these kind of fricked up stories or effed up, just say a comment. And if you have any funny stories, just put it in the comments. Anything that pissed a lot of people off, just say it. So thanks for watching.